Hello everyone, myself Keerthi. I am working as assistant professor in CSM department. Today I am going to discuss the topic structure in C language. First we know what is structure. We should know what is structure. Structure is a user-defined data type in C. It creates a data type that can be used to group items of possible different types into single unit. In array, similar data types are stored under single variable name. But in structure, different data types under single variable name can be declared. How to create a structure? First, we should know how to create a structure. The general syntax we will follow as struct. We will use the keyword struct and structure name space. We have to give structure name, and in open curly brace and close curly brace we are using data type variable name variable 1, data type variable 2, data type variable 3. Here the data types can be either integer or float or char, and variable 1 depends upon that data type. The memory will be occupied. Suppose in int A we are declaring float, B we are declaring char, C we are declaring. For integer 4 bytes, float 4 bytes, and character 1 byte, it will be occupied. Totally 4, 8, 9 bytes of memory will be occupied for the given structure. Like this, the memory will be occupied. Example, here see, structure is keyword, address is structure name. In this we are storing the variables, declaring the variables char name of 50, char city 50, char state 20, int pin. Here the memory will be occupied for this character. For character in C language, we will occupy 1 byte. And how much size we have given? 50. 1 into 50. That is 50 bytes for name. And city, 50 bytes. 1 into 50. 50 bytes for city. And state, 20 bytes. 2 into 20. That is 20 bytes. And for pin, we are occupying 4 bytes. 4. 124 bytes of memory will be occupied for this structure when we will create an object to this structure. This is a blueprint we have to follow. Then while declaring this structure, there is no memory occupied for this. When we create the object to this, only the memory will be occupied, that is of 124 bytes of continuous memory will be occupied. How to declare structure variables? How we will declare structure variables. There are 2 types. Okay, P1 is variable. When P1 is declared as a variable, then only the memory will be occupied for this X and Y. Struct is keyword, and structure name we are taking here point int x comma y. We are declaring 2 variables x and y. And when we close this curly brace, here itself we are writing the variable that is P1, and we will give semicolon. In this declaration compulsory we will write semicolon. If we don't write semicolon, then it will show error. Before the semicolon we will keep variable name. If we want to declare 2 variables, then by using comma we can give 2 variables. Assign 2 variables like P1 comma P2. So on, how many variables we have to declare, that many variables we can declare. This is one type of declaring a variable. Another type is in main function we will declare a variable. How we will declare a variable in main function? Now we will see. Struct point structure name. In this we will declare the variables, and we will close this curly brace and give it semicolon. Next, in main function we are declaring the variables. Structure name P1. Okay, like this we will declare a variable in by using in main function. This is the another way of declaring a variable in structures. Now we will come to how to initialize structure members. Structure members cannot be initialized with declaration. When we declare the variables there itself, we cannot give values to that structure variables. For example, the following program used to show the wrong initialization. Here the below, when we observe this program, here we are declaring a structure. In this one variable we are declaring that is x, and we are here itself we are assigning a value to this variable. Here it will show what error. Cannot initialize members here in x equal to 0. Compilation error we will get. Why? Because the reason for the above is simple. When the data type is declared, no memory is allocated for it. When we will create a variable to the structure, then only the memory will be occupied for the structure variables. No memory is allocated for it. Memory is allocated only when the variables are created. For that sake, this will show as the compilation error. When we declare the structure variables, there itself we cannot initialize the values to that variables. Compulsory we have to initialize the values when we declare a variable to the structure. Now the correct way we will discuss. Here in this example, struct is keyword, point is structure name. We are declaring two variables. Coming to main function, struct point p1 equal to it in curly brace we can initialize values. This is what compile time initialization. 0 and 1. 0 will take as x and 1 will store in variable y. Like this we will initialize structure members. And how we will access the structure elements? By using dot operator. Here how many variables are declared in structure that can be accessed by using dot operator. Here see example. Here structure test. Structure name is what? Text. Int x comma y. Void main struct test t1 equal to 0 comma 1. We are assigning what? 0 and 1. How we will access this x? By using this variable. Okay, t1 dot x equal to, I am updating 0 by 20 value. Okay. If we print that values, how we will print that? By using the format specifier. For integer we will use what? %d, and t. How we will print that x and y values? By using the variable name with dot operator. t1 dot x, t1 dot y. Here we will get the output 21. 20 and 1. Like this we will get the output. This is how we will access the structure elements. Now coming to array of structures. In structures we will use array concept. If we want to declare a variables to that structure, 5 variables, then we can declare. If we want to declare 60 elements to that structure, then it is impossible to declare that many variables to that structure. So at that time we will use what? Array of structures concept. Array of structure is simply an array where each element in the structure, it allows to store several structures of the same type in a single array name. By using single name of array, we can store that many 60 variables of structure variables in under one name by using arrays concept. Here see, in this example we can find that struct A. We are declaring one variable, struct A array of 2. We are declaring how many elements? 2. Array of 0 dot var equal to 10. How we will access that array elements? Array name index dot variable name equal to value. Array name index dot variable equal to 20. Like this we will initialize. If we want to store 60 elements, here itself we will write what? Array of 60. And by using for loop we can access that I equal to 0. Array index will start from 0, I less than or equal to 60, semicolon I plus plus. In this we will write what? Scanf percentile d comma ampersand array of I dot var. Like this we will access the array elements from the structure. Okay, for int I equal to 0, I less than 2, I plus plus. How will print that 2 elements? Print percentile d comma and comma array of I dot var. Like this we will use the array of structures in C language. Now coming to structure pointer, we can also use the pointers concept in structures. By this example, I will show how we will use the pointers to the structures. A structure pointer is a pointer variable that stores the address of the structure. In pointer variable, we will store the address of structure. Similarly, how we will store the address of another variable, like that address of structure we will store in pointer variable. It allows the program to manipulate the structures, and it implements directly by referencing their memory location, and rather than passing the structure itself. It takes the reference of the memory location of the structure. Okay, and how we will access the structure members by using pointer is arrow. Okay, normally we will use dot operator to access the array structure elements. By using pointers we will access what? Arrow mark. Okay, struct a. Here structure name is what? A int var int main struct a equal to 30. We are assigning a value as 30. Struct a, we are creating one pointer. PTR equal to ampersand a. We are storing the address of variable in PTR. And how we will print that? PTR, printf percentage PTR, variable name, arrow mark, var, variable name. Like this, we will get the value 30. This is how we will use the structure pointer in arrays in C language.